name is Shay, aka the Salty Stitcher here on YouTube, and this is my 8th or 9th video? 9th. No. 9th. Yes, 9th. I just thought about this, and I just debated with myself, but I still had to remember. My 9th video, this is my 4th floss tube. Last week's video was a kind of synopsis of my Stitchy retreat experience, and that was a lot of fun, and I have a lot of cool stuff. Just still, even on my desk, I have the little, like, duck that they use for prize winning, like door prizes. But that was a huge blast. Loved it. Was exhausted. Was probably pretty low energy that video. I haven't gone back to watch it. Today I'm feeling much better, even though the allergies, as per usual in South Texas, are still very high. So if you hear me, see me scratching my face or rubbing in my eyes or anything like that, it's allergies. So I don't know. It's been a pretty decent day, a pretty crazy, hectic week, but not necessarily a bad week. I've gotten a lot of work done on certain projects, but not a lot of work done overall. If that makes any sense. I've not done a lot of work on different projects. I've done a lot of work on 5 or 6 projects, or 4 or 5 projects, something like that. I don't know. We'll count. One of them I'm probably going to restart anyway, so we'll discuss it. We'll do all the normal stitchy stuff, all the normal floss tubey things, rather. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I hope you guys don't mind that you can see my top-down display in this display. Not much of a top-down display. It's just a ring light with a iPhone clip or whatever you want to call it. But I'm hoping that if I do it this way, it minimizes my desire to have to check it and double check it and triple check it to make sure that it's okay. So instead of being able to check it, I just laid everything out in a place where I know that it's going to be in a good spot. So hopefully that works. If it doesn't, I will fix it. If it doesn't, let me know. If it does, let me know as well. First things first, I have some notes because I was able to make notes this time. I've not watched as many floss tubes this week. I've watched a lot of just floss tubes that for people I've already watched. I've not watched a lot of new ones. And that's just because I've been really into This Sounds Like a Cult podcast and been listening to that on my way back from work, which I normally would listen to a floss tuber. That being said, it's not necessarily 100% true either, I guess, but because I've watched one new person, right? And what I mean by that is someone who's new to me. So I watched Daceman's videos. I talked about him in the last video that I did, or last floss tube I did. I hadn't watched his videos at that point though, and I'm really glad that I did watch them because he's got a lot of really cool projects. He has an itsy bitsy postcard sized long dog. It's probably on a 40 count 1/1 or something like that. It's itsy bitsy, teeny tiny. He also has a beaded long dog, which I don't know if that was something that he kind of designed himself in essence, redesigned himself, charted himself, whatever you want to say, or if that was something that there's just a pattern out there that I didn't know had beading in it. It's possible either way. He also has quite a few kind of cool, spooky, full coverage, fandom-y full coverages, and just a lot of kind of different stuff. He also does lace making, which was really cool to see. He made this little lace dragon in one of his videos, or showed a lace dragon he'd made. So that's really cool. Daceman is Crow Stitcher's favorite person, it sounds like, or bestie, I guess is more correct. And came to his videos through Crow Stitcher's. I always want to say Cross Stitcher, but Crow Stitcher's videos that way, right? So that's how I found out about Dace. I have also watched I watched Beck Stitches Everything's most recent video, shouted me out, which was really sweet. I appreciated it. And she's going to be starting a couple new SALs, which I'll mention in a second, because I have quickly become the SAL Stitcher. Well, I was already that, to be honest. I just think people notice that I do a lot of SALs now. I had caught up on Cross Stitch the Globe. So I watched their whip parade, where Stephanie and Allison both did their second part of their whip parade. And then I watched the most recent Flosstube Extra, where Stephanie kind of walks through her plans for the second half of 2024 and kind of into 2025. And I just really appreciated the fact that there's people who have different ways of approaching stuff than I do, because I'm pretty hectic and I'm not I'm planned impulsive, if that makes sense. If I really want to start something, I'm going to go and buy all the floss I need and probably a fabric, and I'm going to have it there, right? I'm not going to kit it up. I'm not going to put it on like any of my little floss cards or do anything like that. But I'll have all of it. And therefore, when I get time to actually start it, or when I want to start it, when I want to start a new project, I can just pull it out and just kit it up and start, right? So I'm not planned, because I don't have like a day that I'm going to start this, or even a month I'm going to start some of these. It's just kind of like when I have time, like when I run out of stuff to do, which is never going to happen, I guess. So it's kind of silly for me to do it this way. But I really appreciate that Allison has a very different, not Allison, I'm sorry, Steph. I got distracted. I think I heard the dog, but I can't see where he is. Anyways, Stephanie has this kind of approach to cross stitching that I don't have. So I think that was really cool. Watched Wicked Cat Stitch's most recent video. Her most recent Flosstube was really fun. I mentioned kind of something that we had been talking about in the comments of one of my videos, I think, or maybe it was a comment of her video, I can't remember, where I proposed that we had like a cool, nerdy, gothy, emo corner of Flosstube and we needed a name for it. So she was talking to RavenStitchCraft. Just double check, I just pulled it up. RavenStitchCraft, right? And so RavenStitchCraft was starting a Patreon, and her and or them, because I don't know what their pronouns are, but them and Wicked Cat Stitch were talking about like Raven Stitchcraft deciding to start this Patreon, which I have since joined, and like I forget exactly. She talks about how she came, like how this all happened in her video, which Wicked Cat Stitch does. I can't remember exactly the particulars of it, but in essence, Raven Stitchcraft started a Patreon. One of the tiers on Patreon is called Shadow Stitchers, which is also the name that we had come up with for like our little weird corner of Flosstube. So I don't know if they were, I think Raven Stitchcraft already had that idea. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think like she did that for us. I don't remember exactly. But anyways, so you should go join Raven Stitchcraft's videos. On that note, Wicked Cat Stitch, I cannot talk. Wicked Cat Stitch is also starting a Dancing Witches SAL, so I'll be starting that as well. I'm waiting for some floss to come in. I've got a shit ton of fabric, so I should be fine there. I just got to decide what I think looks best. So I've got a couple different flosses coming in, and yeah. So Dancing Witches pattern, which I'll show you a little picture of it, is she's starting it on July 1st, and there's no deadline for completing it, because I was telling her, I was like, I'm going to start it even though I have so many SALs and there's no reason for me to get another SAL, but I'm a glutton for punishment, so it is what it is, and whatever, it's fine. So watched Wicked Cat Stitch's most recent. I have Annie, and it's actually a pair of friends, but the channel is called Annie, so I'm not sure which one was like Annie and which one isn't, because I haven't watched the videos yet, but I'm planning on watching their first Flosstube as soon as I possibly can. I caught up on Crow Stitcher's Flosstubes, even though I've been remiss in getting as much of my June dog done as I wanted to get done. I didn't. And then I've been watching Beck Stitches Everything, which, did I mention Beck Stitches Everything already? I don't think I did. So Beck Stitches Everything and Crow Stitcher are starting the Halloween as a Lifestyle SAL. And she's also, like, Beck Stitches Everything is also starting a Mill Hill SAL. So I'll talk about that in my starts as well. I guess I did mention it, yeah. Anyways, sorry. Can't remember everything. It is what it is. So on that note, new starts. So new starts, there's only really, I guess 3 if you want to consider it that way. They're not necessarily likely to be starts immediately. But I'm going to so let's start with this. This was the project that I used this is the project that I took to be kind of the main project I've worked on at the stitching retreat, right? This is Under the Sea Fabric, Under the Sea Fabric, and Under the Sea Fabrics is also the Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics has hosted the stitch along, the stitching retreat. So this is a pattern that was designed for this fabric, or whatever fabric that was designed for this pattern. Jeez Louise. This is Dark Queen of the Seas, and you can see I got quite a bit done. I actually really like this. Is all with a toile thread from DMC. It's like an 824, I think is the number, 823, something like that, and then a 310 toile. And I like the way it looks. The problem is one of her little coral horns here is like half a stitch off. It's half a stitch off, which means that everything underneath it is half a stitch off as well. And because of that, her hair, like, it's just super messy. There's just spots where, like, I tried to fudge it and I just can't get over how much I dislike it now. I was getting really frustrated with it by the end of the retreat. So instead, I went ahead and bought another pack of the fabric, and so I'm just going to restart it. I also bought a bigger fabric size, if I remember correctly. This is 28 count, yeah. And so I'm just going to restart it and just kind of bite that bullet. I've thought about just frogging it, but frogging it's going to take just as long as it would just for me to restart it. And frogging sucks, so I didn't want to do it. So there we go. That's one new start, if you want to say it's technically a restart. Stick this down here. So that's Dark Queen. The pattern is designed by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And this original fabric is 32 count Bewitched linen. And then I got the 28 count is what I just showed you in the bag. And as per usual, I keep everything in the bag because I'm clumsy and I will mess it up. Other new starts that I will have, I don't have them necessarily up here. I'm going to be starting the Herbalist SAL. I'm late. It'll be all right. It's a huge SAL. So I'm going to catch up on that as soon as I can start it and catch up. And I'm also going to be doing the Little Book of Fungi, I think it's called. Shoot, I should have. Which is by Living on a Rainbow, I believe. Living on the Rainbow, right, is the designer of the Book of Fungi SAL. And I'll put a little picture. It's just itsy bitsy little book, cross stitch books. I bought some of the other ones as well, the old SALs, but I'm going to try to catch up with the Fungi one as well and start that up and catch up. Those are my two starts in terms of, or will be starts, I guess. I guess those are still plans technically. So those are three, rather, I can't count. This is fine. It is what it is. This is why I'm a half an inch or half a stitch off on my Dark Queen. It's because I can't count. So I will be starting those in the near future. That's why I'm considering those to be starts, because I'll probably be started in the next little bit. Plans. I'm going to be joining the Dancing Witches SAL. Again, I'll put a little picture up here. I don't know what fabric I'm going to choose for it because I've got quite a bit. But it's a relatively small pattern, and so I think I can get away with like a fat eighth. And I've got some of my like mystery fabrics that I bought at the stitching retreat, so I'm going to use those. I have a couple different like floss choices coming in. I have Raven by Night Stalker's Calling coming, and then I have something called Medieval, which is by Medieval by Stitchy Stuff Co. I also have a kind of black hand-dyed silk coming from Dying to Cross Stitch or Dying for Cross Stitch, but that one's probably not going to make it in time, and I'll use it for something else. But I'm planning on doing kind of a colorful fabric and kind of getting rid of the white background and just doing the black stitches, but doing the black stitches in this variegated floss I think will look cool. Kind of just depending. We'll see what works. So there's that. I will be starting the Halloween is a Lifestyle SAL and the Mill Hill Beaded Kit SAL. So both of these, the Halloween is a Lifestyle SAL is being hosted by Beck Stitches Everything and Crow Stitcher. And for that, I'm going to be doing I have a gazillion and a half spooky things I can do. Most of my stuff is spooky. And so I'll just kind of take pictures and include those as soon as I can get myself to remember to post stuff on Instagram. But I will be doing that. And I also bought 2 Mill Hill kits, and both of them are spooky as well. So there's like a Wanda's Wands, I think, and then like a haunted house of some sort. And so I figured both of those can kind of count as both of those. Both of those kits can probably count as both of those SALs. So that's the plan. Now whips. So this is what I've been working on this morning. This is my June dog. This is Dilemma by Long Dog Samplers. And this is in, this is Aqua 18 count linen. Nope. The Aqua 18 count Ada by, no, I am a liar. This is 18 Count Ada by Forbidden Fiber Co. in Mermaid. Daggum. And this this thread is Bogwitch by Pirate and Robin Creations, right? So Dilemma, this is what I've been working on. I've not gotten as much done because I got kind of stuck on, I was really enjoying, this is the thing, right? Like I was really enjoying the Dark Queen for a while. And so I was fine with kind of just doing that. But the lighting I brought was so bad, and the lighting in the hotel was so bad. And I think it's partially one of the reasons why I couldn't count correctly. At least that's what I'm going to blame it on. And so I should have just switched to something like this sooner, to be honest, and gotten more of this done than trying to focus on something that I'm going to end up scrapping. But tis what it is. Time is not wasted. Tis what it is. But yeah, I'm not very far at all. This is this is one more leaf, and then there's like another spot here. Like there's another one of these little mandala flower type vibes down here. But again, as Mermaid, Forbidden Fiber Co., Bogwitch by Pirate and Robin Creations. And my Deadly Aquarium SAL. This week's release is here. But these are the fishies from 2 weeks ago, and they're really cute. I ended up ripping, because I talked about in the past how I was down a row. Like I was a row down on this little shelf here, this little aqua shelf. And so I was deciding on whether or not I was going to rip that out, frock that out, and just redo it. And because it's really only probably 40 stitches, 50 stitches, I went ahead and did it right quick. And I'm glad I did, because this guy's like little fins are really cute. And I would hate if you couldn't see his little fins. But these three are the most recent ones. And then there's the next one kind of goes up in this way. It's coral. It looks really cool. I'm really excited about it. I'll probably be doing that tomorrow. But I'm not behind, but I'm also not ahead. Well, you can't be ahead in a SAL, in a mystery SAL at least. I'm not behind, but I'm not on, I'm not caught up or anything like that, as per usual. But there you go. I like it. I love the Deadly Aquarium SAL. I like the fabric. I like it all. This is my Vampirum SAL. These two are my newest ones, and I dig them. I also stitched these while I was watching the new season of House of the Dragon. So it's these guys and these little upside down crosses. Hopefully I don't offend anyone. It doesn't offend me, but if it offends you, I'm sorry. But these little clawed terrors or something is what they were called. But they're super cute. This is up to date. This is a monthly release, and so we don't see her very often. This is on Batavia. This is 14 count or 16 count. 16 count Batavia by Witch's Gardens Crafts. Batavia Ada, which is, I love it. Like, I'm obsessed with this fabric. It's one of the reasons why I like this pattern so much, is because I'm obsessed with the fabric. This is one of my two weekly SALs, weekly SALs, Blackwork SAL by Year-Long Weekly. Sorry, I always mess up what I'm supposed to call this thing. Year-Long SAL by Steady Thread. These guys are the most recent ones. I don't think you saw either of them. I think this is the last one you saw. But these guys are super fun. I loved this little pot. I don't know. I love both of these little pots. I like this little flute design that they've got kind of going on. Fluted stem or whatever you want to call it. But super fun. I love the way that these little, they almost look like daisies to me. But I like the way they turned out. But these are the two most recent ones. There's one that goes right here, and I haven't started that yet. But I will get it done because it's nice and quick. It doesn't take too long. This is the other version of it. Again, for those of you who are just now starting with me, who haven't seen any of my other videos, when it came to these two Blackwork SALs that I had, I started them both in linen because I like linen. The problem, though, is that linen and Blackwork don't always make good friends. Don't always make, they're a bit strange bedfellows sometimes, because it can be very, very messy. And it's just hard to get them to, the lining to, the back stitch to line it the way you want to. It's technically double running stitch generally, not always. So this one you've seen, that was the most recent one, or not most recent, three releases ago. I think these two are the most recent right now. I did it in a different color because I think there was a pink already on this side that I didn't think. yeah, I didn't want to do pink right on top of it, and blue ended up looking good anyways. But pink, these little guys right here. I love these like curly stems. They're cute. And then I loved the way that this worked out. Fun fact, I stitched these while watching, I stitched this like weeks, which is 2 weeks ago, while watching Gunpowder on HBO with Kit Harington, which is really good, by the way. Like, it's a really good show. If you're a huge history nerd or like a period drama kind of nerd, I mean, it's legitimate, like, historical drama, but because it's like stuff that actually happened. It's about the gunpowder plot in the 1600s. Anyways, not going to get stuck on that. I'm a history nerd, but if you like history and period dramas, please do watch. This is my Forced Fairy Tale SAL by Quaternarian Designs, I believe. This is on Sloth by Witch's Garden Crafts. It is a 28 count Lugana, I do believe, an even weave. I want to say it's Lugana. This is the first week's release, like the frame release, done. So this is completely done. I want to make sure you can see my little mushrooms and my little leaves here. Lots of fun. So far, lots of fun. The only thing I've noticed is, and I still don't know if you can see it, but up here, there's a little bit of an imperfection in the fabric. So I'm hoping that I can cover it up and it won't be noticeable. Or at least I can shift stuff over if I need to. But I am 3 weeks behind, but now that the frame is done, I'm hoping that the stuff that comes up here on the top is easily done and quickly done. But I wanted to do some work on my June dog, so I didn't do that today. But yep, so behind, very much behind, but within reason. I think I can catch up pretty easily. This is just DMC, so this is just 310. This is 33.45. I don't know why I'm telling you this, and this is 900. But I like the fact that there's only 3 colors in this style. And I'm slightly obsessed with this fabric. Oh, noes. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this one's exciting because this one is actually almost done. This one's almost done. This is the last release. It was released on Thursday or Friday. So I'll be doing that pretty soon. And then this SAL is completed. This is the Femurs and Fungi SAL by Fine Frog Stitching. This is the fabric made specially for it by Witch's Garden Crafts. I don't remember if they had a name or if it was just called the Femurs and Fungi SAL fabric. These are the most recent ones here. That one and this one. I don't know if this one was shown to y'all last time I did. I think I might have not done it yet. So this is a jaw here, coyote jaw. And then these 2 little photos, which like kind of came out surprisingly nice. I don't know if you can see those. Kind of came out surprisingly nice. I was kind of surprised by how much detail, like if you want to call it that, is red in that. But coyotes with the pretty blue, coyote jaw with the pretty blue mushrooms. And then it was also funny because I saw on Facebook that someone had a miscount, and so they had a really long box here, right? Because they had put too much space here or something to that effect. And so they ended up having to add mushrooms, and they did a really good job. They added mushrooms here so that it was just to fill the extra space in the frame. But they did a really cool job. If I can, well, I won't put someone else's picture on here, but it was really cool. It was on the group for this SAL, the Fine Frogs SAL, or Fine Frogs Facebook group. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so almost done. Just one more here. And it is a corvid skull and some mushrooms, if I remember correctly. And I'm almost done. It's super cool. I'm kind of sad that it's gone. But that does mean I can open up myself to catch up on other SALs. Lastly, in terms of whips, I believe. Yep. Lastly, in terms of whips, this is my other Blackwork SAL. This is Moonlit Market SAL by Urban Stitches. These 2... I believe are the new ones you haven't seen, and there's one that goes right here. I haven't started on it yet. Or no, this is an off week, a bye week, if you want to use sports ball terms. This is a bye week, so it's not one for this week. But Siren Song, which was ironically a pain in the ass to get done. It was just hard to get it to sit where I wanted it to sit. It looks cool, but it was hard. So this is the Ida version or the Ada version, which is the like jewel tone colors. these two are the most recent ones. And this one is the linen version with more of like a color candy, like a candy color selection, right? Also, again, Siren Song was difficult. Hashtag difficult. But there's only probably 4 more left on this SAL, which is also very sad. So probably another month and this guy will be done too, which is pretty sad. But again, I have some new SALs coming because I'm silly like that. I'm SAL silly, but yeah, I'm still kind of sad. I'm still kind of sad. I'll show you guys when they're finished though. I'm excited to have a finish for next week in that way. So those are all of my whips. And then lastly, we'll do some haul and then we'll be done. This is a shorter video than usual. I don't know why. It just is. Yeah. So I didn't have as much. Oh, these are the colors. These are the colors for Dark Queen. I don't know why I have them up here, but they're here. The Dark Queen colors. So you can go there. Okay. So I didn't have much. I have stuff coming though, so I'll have more next time we talk. And I probably have more and I just don't remember, but I also had the video last week, and with the video last week, I went ahead and covered everything that I bought or received during the Stitching Retreat. These are the embellishment packs for the Fungi SAL that I told you about, the Book of Fungi SAL by Living on a Rainbow. So these came all the way from Germany, and they came pretty quickly, ironically enough. You can buy these as just like little kits here, or you can buy it with fabric as well. It's easy for me to buy fabric at 123 Stitch, so I didn't worry too much about that. I have the fabric down there somewhere. But these are the embellishment packs. Again, they came from Germany by Lady Ravenga, I guess. I don't know. These are the only 2 that she still has. The other SALs, like there's a Book of Spells SAL, I think, and a Book of Potions, perhaps, SAL. Those don't have the embellishment packs anymore. But that's okay. I can always buy some more of these little page corners, and then just kind of like improvise the other parts of, like the other things I would need. Which fall asleep. This is a jewel pack by Silks For You, so I'm pretty excited. Crow Stitcher talks quite a bit about the Silks For You that they buy. And yeah, they feel really good. Anyways, these are the jewel tone packs. They come in like, you can get them in skeins, you can get them in hanks, and you can get them in like packs like this. And since I didn't have a specific thing I wanted to do with them, and they were coming from Australia, I went ahead and bought a pack. But they're so pretty. Like this red is gorgeous, and I'm really fond. It's not an English word, but okay. Just they're super pretty. Super pretty. It's 15 meters. Came from Australia pretty quickly. I like Australia Post stuff because it comes pretty well easily, and then it's easy to track. So I also like that it came in this little like just regular old bag. That makes me happy. No need to waste packaging. No need to waste packaging. This is my new thread gloss I'm going to be using because it's a little bit easier for me to use. This is Ponderosa thread gloss. This is an Etsy thing. This is one I'm currently using, so it was in my pocket. You can see it's quite messy. I need to clean it. But the reason why, so one of my table mates at the retreat told me about this, and she said that this was a lot easier to use because you didn't have to worry about keeping it warm, which if you had like had any kind of contact with me during the stitching retreat, I had like one tucked in the like waistband of my leggings like 90% of the time because I needed to keep it warm, and I didn't want to have to like come home and then like clean it, like use a candle, like a wax warmer to like clean it up or anything like that. I was hoping I could get away with it. So this one is a bit softer without having to stay super warm, so I don't have to worry about like tucking it in my clothing. Just keep it in a pocket and it's fine. And yeah, so Cascades blend. It smells, I mean, it smells like a pine tree car freshener, if you want to think of it that way. A bit more, that's unusual. That's not good. That's not a good description. It's like, it's definitely piney, but it's like piney perfume, I guess is the best way to say it. So I bought this one. I bought the Holidays multi-pack because I'm a multi-pack kind of bitch. And it came with all of these ones. These are all the ones I wanted anyways. And so I just made it cheaper. But yeah, came pretty quick. Came from Oregon, I do believe. Yeah, Cascades is what I'm using currently. I'm going to stick it back in my pocket. And then lastly on my lint, go away, on my hauls list, I'm sure I have more, I just can't think of what it is, to be honest. Technically, I guess this is the haul. I bought a laptop stand so it wouldn't be so like earthquakey on my videos, and because I had it on something else over there, and I'm going to move that out of here because it's in my way. This is Witch's Garden Crafts. Sorry, weird transition there. Back to what we're talking about. This is not technically haul. I don't consider it haul because it's just Amazon. This is haul. This is Witch's Gardens Crafts month of the fabric of the month. This is Lake Lanier. This is an eighth of a yard of Lake Lanier, which is a haunted lake, a haunted man-made lake, if I remember correctly, in like north of Atlanta. I might be wrong about that. I think it's north of Atlanta, in Georgia. I'm pretty positive. I watched a documentary about it, and I've also been to Lake Lanier, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, there's lots of cool stuff about that. You should go look it up. It's really pretty. It's got this like cool blue-gray, like, I don't know. This might be good for the witches, the dancing witches. It actually might be really good for the dancing witches. So I was thinking either that or, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. These are my thoughts. So I was thinking this might be good too. I hadn't thought about that, but this might be good too. This is also Witch's Garden Crafts, like a fabric of the month. This I'm kind of obsessed with. I think this would be really good and kind of spooky vibe. I'm thinking about this fat eighth that I bought from Under the Sea Fabrics, but this one's a bit too bright and sweet. Sweet, I don't know what I meant by sweet. Bright and kind of like cheery, I guess is what I meant. So this is probably not going to be an option. This one would be kind of cool, depending on how the black shows up on this. This is also from Witch's Garden Craft. Nope, I'm a liar. This is from Under the Sea Fabrics. This is Brigid. 32 count. This one's too light. I don't like that. I don't think, well, that actually might be not too bad. This one will be kind of cool for it too. So this one might be what it ends up being. It just depends on what fabric or what floss looks on, how it looks on what fabric. I also have a yellow from Witch's Garden Crafts that might be cool. And I have Cool Water or Cool Force, something like that. It's another blue-green. That might be cool for Witch's Garden Crafts. What to see. I don't quite know yet. Let me know how you feel. I don't know why I said that. Let me know if you have any thoughts or opinions or anything you want to say down in the comments below. And see you next time. Bye!